say this prayer to you, to myself, to Source. Let me live through love today. Let me live through love today. Let me exude love first today. Move with love. Speak softly, calmly. Opening myself up to my higher self. Talking through my higher self. Thinking through my higher self. I am beautiful. I am kind. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am otherworldly. The life that I have right now will prosper. My life is prospering abundantly and with ease. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Hi, beautiful human. How are you? I feel like I never know how to start a video. Obviously, if you clicked on this video, you probably align with it or you're curious about it, but I hope the click on this video is your first action to start living and stop comparing. The true joy of life, the true joy of life is to just simply live it. And I feel like people feel like they have to do so much to be able to enjoy their life, but it's really a mental thing. It is. But I so deeply understand how it's hard to stay mentally strong when you don't have things that other people have and that you desire. And I want to talk about that today. I grew up with a lot of things in my life to be grateful for, but I didn't grow up with amazing things in my life. I didn't grow up with a lot of amazing things in my life. So, you know, I hold the things that are very important to me very close to me, and I'm called very selfish for that, which is annoying, but all things that people think are not true. So here's what it is. And this is me being completely vulnerable with you. I know I'm here as a creator. I know I'm here to influence other people, but I don't just always want to influence people. I want to be relatable and somebody that people can lean on for just realistic things that people go through in life. Not everything is great. And that's okay. And that's what I'm coming to a realization with, where it's like, you know, that's not your life right now, and that's okay. You don't have their life, and that's okay. You have your life, and everybody's life is divine in their own way. I have this emotion of gratitude and appreciation for every single thing, because I just love life and energy and the small things, which is okay, but sometimes there does feel like a bit of a void. I grew up in a house full of people who had dreams, ambitions, and things they really just wanted to be abundant in, and it was knocked down a lot of the times. It was told, oh, you shouldn't do that, this is the right way to go. But I feel like there's no right way of life. There's no right way of doing things. There's so many people that get what they want that has to do with personal goals or anything that they're just super passionate about, and it's done in their own way. Nobody ever does it the same way, and if you do, it's possible, but it's not all the time. I didn't grow up thinking that there were opportunities for me. I didn't grow up thinking that there were possibilities for me. And this just really shows how your childhood or the people that raised you or just society or anything can really program your mind into one thing. But I didn't grow up thinking any of those things, which is sad, but that's why we're doing the work now, to work hard on it now and to build that strong mentality of I can have anything I want, I deserve to take up space. It's gonna take some time, and it's taking its time, and I'm honestly enjoying me transforming in this way. I know that changing those beliefs can be extremely hard. Disconnecting to everything that's in front of you now and trying to connect to a higher self or a higher version of your reality now is hard. And for those who are in a moment in their life where they just keep comparing themselves to other people, whether it's on social media or like people they know in person that are thriving, don't take it so personal. Your life is beautiful in its own way, and you have to accept every aspect of yourself and your life sometimes. Don't accept it in a way where you feel like, oh, I can't change it, and limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. But sometimes you have to be grateful for the things you have now and accept what you have now so that you can prosper and you can be abundant. The more you accept, the more you grow. And I can talk about this situation recently where I've been noticing in my life that I have good friends in my life, but I don't have consistent friends in my life. I live in a very, very boring state. There's nothing to do in the state that I'm in. There's a big part of me that feels like I just cannot live my life to the fullest. You know, they say you only have one life, and I want to completely soak all of that in. I want to live that YOLO kind of life, like let's do it, you know? But unfortunately, in my life, I don't have a lot of connections. I don't have a lot of people to talk to. I was talking to one of my friends about it, and he was like, you know, like, I hope you do something today, like, you know, find people, find da-da-da-da, right? And I just felt really misunderstood because they are in a position where they're open to opportunities to, you know, find friends, more friends, and meet new people and experience things. But me, no. And I haven't only grown up in a limiting environment, but I've grown up in a spot, in a place where people have held me so close to them that they didn't let me free. And they probably don't realize it, but sometimes, you know, you cannot cling on to the people that you love so much. And I get that I'm still young. I get there's a lot of things that I don't know. But what's the point of wanting me to learn things if you're not going to let me actually experience them and go outside and touch grass, like, and do stuff? I look up to that person a lot in that way. They can, you know, go out and live the life experience, but I always didn't have access to that, which sucks. And, you know, I feel like I'm just now getting into it. I'm going out of state very, very soon, twice this summer. That's the plan. And I want to make connections. I want to make meaningful connections at that. I don't just want to make surface level connections. So I had to really, really clarify how me and that person have very, very opposite lives. I'm inside of the house most of the time, and honestly, I really only have my camera as my best friend right now. I have people in my life that I hold very, very close to my heart, but because it's not very consistent, my camera is my best friend. This is how I express myself. This is what I go to, you know? Because honestly, in real life, it gets repetitive when you just have the same thing over and over again that you're not necessarily not happy with, but just not excited about. Like, I go to some people sometimes about things that frustrate me, but it's the same thing over and over and over again, and this is my way of fixing it. You know, I find comfort in, you know, talking to a camera. I find comfort in expressing myself authentically and just saying how I feel and what I want in life. And that just makes me feel so free in a way where I feel like I can value myself. I'm valuing myself by doing this. You know, I'm showing myself love by doing this, by expressing myself. And it's very, very liberating. I feel like the word liberate has been like my word recently, because that's literally what I've been wanting to feel. I've been wanting to feel that sense of freedom, that sense of going out and just like experiencing so many things. And I'm gonna make a video on that. I'm gonna make a video on how like I want more in my life. But mind you, you know, it's okay to want more in life, but you have to put the work in. Like, you know, I've been meditating, manifesting, saying affirmations to myself, showing myself so much love and appreciation, and just letting myself know that I deserve to take up space, and there's things that are waiting for me. You know, I'm not waiting for things, it's waiting for me. Stop looking at another person and thinking that you're smaller than them. I hope that hit home for you. Stop thinking that you're smaller than a person because it may look like they have more than you. You have to understand that you can be rich in so many ways. You don't have to only be rich in money. You can be rich in happiness, rich in joy. Like, you know, if you can't have this right now, you can have something else. Like right now, I'm very much in my solitude, and I'm on my own most of the time. I'm alone most of the time. But I could work on self. Basically, you can work on the things that are in your control. And as long as you have the mentality that you can attract what you want but don't have at the moment, disconnect to this reality, connect to a higher one. And as long as you can do that, it will come to you. Simple. You've gotten it mistaken that you're smaller than a person just because they have what you desire. There's 8 billion people on this earth. And you know how many people are... Oh, there's a plane. There's a plane. Who's to say you, out of all these billions of people on this earth, cannot have what you want, cannot receive? You have to have your heart open. Be open about it. If you want control over your life, stop comparing yourself, because you're letting somebody else's doing, letting somebody else's successes and prosperity control how you feel and what you do in your life. Especially if it's coming from a jealousy point of view. Don't do that. Jealousy is such a low vibration. You have to persevere through all of that. You must, because jealousy will have you thinking the most unnecessary things ever. Like, if you know your character better than that, stop yourself from being jealous. That's such a waste of energy. Don't do that to yourself. And this is what I mean by saying that things are always in alignment, because like I didn't say anything earlier, but I was kind of staring off a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, but I saw 2 white butterflies circling around and playing with each other. And I know that's like an emblem of love, and I know like it could be like mating or something like that, but I feel like spiritually it's really just about union. And I'm literally talking about being united with my spiritual tribe and like the people that I resonate with more and like everything. So I'm gonna take that as like a huge sign because that's what my intuition is telling me. But in a more confessional way and vulnerable way, even though I've been being vulnerable this entire video, but to be honest, this is coming from my inner child and like my true self. And you know, I'm all for empowering people and telling people like, you know, don't do this, don't do that, and everything like that. But coming from my personal experiences, I don't know if you can relate, but this is a confession of where, like, you know, I wish it wasn't so hard to connect with people. I wish I had closer, more consistent connections. I wish I wasn't held back so much in my childhood to experience my life. I wish I traveled to more places. I wish I didn't have to reprogram my mind. I wish I didn't have to do those things. And it's okay to sit there and think to yourself, damn, I wish I didn't have to do this. You don't always have to be strong. You don't always... You don't. You don't always have to be strong. You don't always have to, you know, be strong-minded through things. It's okay to sit there for a moment and be like, I wish it wasn't like this. But don't sit in it for too long. Only for a little bit. Get out of it and make shit happen. For yourself. It's for yourself. It's not for other people. It's not to prove a point. Even with that too, comparing. I feel like sometimes people, they look at somebody doing great and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna get to it and show people that I can be great too. Show yourself that you can be great. You don't have to show people that you can be great. Be great for yourself. Be great because you want to be. They say what's real will prosper. So if you're not acting your most authentic, you will not prosper. Be real in how you feel. Be real in the things that you say and what you do and how you act and your belief system and everything. Be honest. I'm sitting here in front of you telling you how I wish I didn't have a lot of things in my life. I wish a lot of things in my life didn't happen. But I'm also telling you what you can do to stop that. Start living. Stop comparing. It's okay that you don't have their life. It's okay. You have your life. That's what's special about it. I'm literally telling you to be powerful and to be vulnerable in the same video. And I feel like you just cannot have one without the other. It just calls for a balance. Stop comparing, start living. Stop complaining, start living. Do what you gotta do. Take a deep breath, let out that energy. And with that being said, if nobody told you today, I'm so very proud of you. I love you so much. Keep going, keep being strong, keep being vulnerable, keep being open, keep being authentic to yourself. And I'll see you.